I've had a lot of questions about this boat, and it is pretty unique. So I'm gonna try to make a little video to show you some of the highlights of it and what it's all about. It's titled as a 19.5 foot Tahiti. It is a fiberglass hull. Tahiti made, somebody asked me how deep does it run in the water. Well, I can't tell you exactly how deep. Tahiti made boats designed for jet boats for river use. So you know, it's designed not to run extremely deep. Again, I can't give you an exact depth or anything on that, but I'm going to kind of do a walk around, show you some of the highlights of it. This, you're looking at the high side right now. It has a layer of not straw, what do they call that? Fast grass underneath it, topped with a layer of reversible camo. It's fastened down with literally hundreds and hundreds of little zip ties. So going down the highway at 65, you've got no movement, no blowing at all of the material. So no problems there. To the front, I added this hoop step right here and some no-slip conveyor type belt on the top for footing. So if you get in it next to the bank, you've got this one hoop. I also had this ladder here built that stores under the trailer. The ladder, I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. The ladder actually hooks on the hoop step to assist you getting in it if you're working on it, or if you are taking some kids or some people who don't have waders. You can actually get the ladder, put it on there. They can get into the boat before you launch it and stay completely dry. I designed the boat with kids in mind, so I could take kids that didn't normally get a chance to duck hunt. Duck hunting is such an expensive sport, as you know. So I designed it so it would be user-friendly as possible for me, so I could take kids and keep them warm, keep them dry, and let them experience duck hunting. Just while we're up here, the lights on the front, you got your red on this side and the green on the other side, and they both work, and I'll show you that in a minute. The front door, it's got one latch on it here, swings open like such for easy entry. You've got one handle here and one handle here on the inside. I'm going to get the ladder out and kind of show you how that works. The ladder just clips on the frame with a tarp strap, so you can pull it out, hook it right on the step. It's got notches, and so now you've got a way that you can enter the boat while you're working on it on dry land, or again, if you've got older people or kids that you need to put in the boat before you launch it to duck hunt, that's the way to do it. Okay, now we're looking at the low side, or the shooting side. Same way with the fast grass layer, with the layer of camo material on top. This camo material is actually I believe mossy oak breakup or real tree. And this is what the boat will look like in the towing position. You have 3 lids on each side that fold down inside each other, and then they are held in place by these bungee cords. So when you get ready to hunt, you undo the cords, throw them over, and then you can open up the hatches and get in there. Again, I've tried to design everything where it wouldn't take 2 people to do it. You know, if I were just going to take some kids hunting or something, I wouldn't have to have a crew to run it. I could do it myself, and so just a lot of attention to detail such as that. Okay, I've thrown the bungee straps over like I showed you, and again, you can either get in and pick the lids up, or you can pull the lids open like such before you get in the boat and before you launch it. So that's just some options you have. Now we're on the bow of the boat with all 6 lids open back, the low side here and then the high side, and you can see how much room is in the boat. I've designed it for comfort and where we could hunt all day if we wanted to, and be warm and comfortable, and so I designed it to do just that. When I looked at steering the boat, I thought, you know, the best thing would be to use a stick steering. That way it would free up the most space in the boat. Wouldn't have to have a console with a steering wheel taking up space, and so that's what we've got. And this is another no slip mat here, very grippy, because you stand up to drive from approximately in the middle of the boat, and so the steering controls are here on your left, and then in your right hand you'll have your throttle forward and reverse. And again, I'll let you hear that the motor whirls over. Good hot marine battery on it. Obviously no water to the motor, so we won't start it, but let's let you see that is good to go. I'll show you the spotlight. Again, I designed the spotlight so it would be one man could run the whole show. The spotlight mounts here. You've got this one pin that you pull out. Okay, spotlight slides out the bottom. Flip it over. Slides into the top side of the bracket. Still, we have one pin. You've got your spotlight that you can run hands-free. So that gives you the ability to run your steering and the throttle. You can adjust the throttle and adjust the spotlight as needed, go down the river or across the lake. Again, designed where I could run it all myself with minimal help from somebody else. I put 4 boat seats in here. They all swivel and attach sturdy. And again, you could easily put another person in the middle there if they sit on a bucket or something. But 4 people hunt like there's all kinds of room in this boat. You have this shelf down this side under cover on the high side. It provides a lot of storage for you. It's probably 8 or 10 feet long, and then under that, I don't know if you can see or not, it's kind of dark under there, but you have a 2-gun rack, and right now I've got my Avery track lock push pole paddle combo in there. I bought it because again, it makes it easier. It'll extend, the push pole will extend out to 10 feet. The paddle has notches on the end to pick up decoys, so get ready to pick up. It's a nice tool from a big rig like this to pick up your decoys. Speaking of decoys, I don't know if you're familiar with Flambeau's Extreme Series decoys. Wish I had a regular size decoy to put up against this to give you an idea how big it is. You can see how big it is sitting in this full-size boat seat and how it hangs off. These things are very expensive. Cabela's usually carries them for like $65, and they come in sets of 3. So you got 2 dozen that come with this boat, so you can do the math on that. Last time I looked, they were on sale for 3 for $50, I think. Still, that's a incredibly expensive decoy. The reason I like these was because in a big boat like this, I don't have to put out as many decoys. These the 2 dozen I have, when you put them out, it literally looks like to me, from a distance, it looks like 6 or 8 dozen standard decoys in a cove or the bend of the river or the lake or wherever you're hunting at. So you really, a little goes a long ways with these. They just they show up so good, and so you don't have to use very many decoys to look like a big spread. They store on either side of the boat. You can store a dozen on the high side under the bench, and then the other dozen can store in this area from the heater here on back to the back. The other dozen they're actually out of the boat now. I forgot I had a Chesapeake, and she would go out and help us pick up the decoys, and so that left me with half of them with some bite marks in them where she had picked them up that need repaired. So I forgot about that. So it does come with 2 dozen. A dozen of them will need a little repair from her carrying them through the deep water, but I do have 12 in here right now, and 12 more that go with the boat.